Hi guys, so Jason from JVA Carp Adventures, and you join me on another Friday after work o'clock, and I'm happy to say it's back at Mousehole Lakes. I've got to be honest guys, I've missed it a little bit. So it is the 14th of June for anyone that wants to remember. I've literally just got here, it's after 5 o'clock, I need to get set up and all that stuff guys, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. You just watch the intro. Alright guys, so like I said, I'm at Mousehole Lakes again. This time I'm on Kestrel Swim 4. It has been kind to me before. I've had 3 out in 48 hours. This is going to be quite a bit shorter than 48 hours this time around guys, but I'm hoping to at least get a fish or two for you on the bank. Now I will quickly show you the swim and you'll see I've got absolutely nothing set up. I need to get rods in the water obviously, start fishing, get the house set up afterwards. So I'm going to quickly show you my water guys, and then I'm going to crack on and get moving. Alright guys, so as you can see I've got stuff over there on the old Parabarrow, which has had its first journey today guys. I did what I normally do guys, I did go for 2 trips rather than overload it. I've got to be honest, it was flying. There was a point I needed to run with it, and unfortunately I had Nick with me, so he done a bit of filming for me, so I'm going to show you a bit of that now. Alright guys, so this is the very first trip for the old Parabarrow. Fortunately I've got Nick with me today, so he's actually going to walk around and just show you me going around with a barrow basically. It's already on the call dude.
Sure.
Doesn't matter if you can't see anything, okay. Can't do anything.
I'll keep an eye on it.
So if I want to move it, on the tripod you've actually got handles like the old barrow handles, and it just makes it dead easy.
Easy, yeah.
So you're not straining it or anything like this, and obviously as you saw yourself,
yeah,
you don't have to hold it. And in fact if I pulled it I've got to run with it because it get out there where these are. On this bit I would just slide it, but yeah, it's not really anything at all. Right Dave? Look, that's Parabarrow. And that's it guys, I mean you don't have to hold it. If I wanted to I could run with it, because I ain't holding it, it's flying. But I'm not built for running guys. As you can see it's running straight now, it's not going right like it was before. I'm thinking I've already really get it going. Run with it. Cheers dude. The rest of my gear's over there, and this is swim 4. Now I have fished it before so I do know a couple of the spots, but when I start putting them out later I think I'm probably going to film it and show you where they are. But really excited for this one guys. Also on a side view I am doing another bait review, and you're not going to believe it. The baits I'm using this week, the hook baits, they cost £45 a tub. Yeah I know guys, absolutely, yeah, that's a lot of money. That really is a lot of money. I'm only doing it because of you guys. If they do me really well then obviously it's up to you guys if you want to pay that sort of money. I probably wouldn't again, but for the sake of review that's what's happening this weekend guys. So it'll be the vlog on Kestrel from Mousehole Diaries number 44 I think it is guys. I might need to check that, but I think it's vlog number 44. And you know what, let's just get on with it guys, I need to get set up. So just gonna get my first rod out for a Friday evening. I'm afraid we have got the sun pointing directly at us, so you're probably not going to get very good shots. If I can show you on the map I will guys, alright, but let me just show you I'm going out at least. Okay guys, last rod going out for the evening. Just to let you know, the left and right rods are both the ones that are on the bait room baits this weekend, which obviously are the expensive baits. So if the left and right rods go, you know it's the expensive bait. If the middle rod goes, it's actually going to be Carp Basics spiced corn. Alright guys, so that's all the rods for the evening. Now I just got to get the bivvy and everything else set up. There you go guys, the Parabarrow finally on the bank with me here at Mousehole Lakes. I've got to be honest, it was a pleasure to use this today. Really good guys, no problems whatsoever, happy days. Looking forward to it pulling me back on the return journey. Evening guys, what is it, 8:30 Friday evening. Just thought I'd give you a little bit of an update outside, having a coffee, enjoying watching the water. So obviously now I tend to get here a little bit later guys than before, so things tend to be a little bit rushed on a Friday evening, so I just want to get the rods out. I did though take the time to put the bait boat out with the deeper, find some spots that I'm happy with, put them on the, mark them up on the autopilot, so if I need to go out of them again and again I shouldn't have a problem. Although I will say one of them, which is under the tree in front of me, is a bit dicey. I did nearly get the bait boat caught in there, so you know, if I have to do that in the night time, that might be a bit of a problem. I haven't really seen many fish out, although when I got here one did jump literally about 3 foot in front of where I've put the rod, and the reason that I didn't keep it out and come to the 3 foot, unfortunate enough, my friend Nick's been fishing this swim all week, so he's kind of said, you know, I've been in this spot, he believes they're coming out from there, so I'm happy enough with the spots guys. As I may have said, I'm also testing a new bait this week, which is from the bait room. It's a tiger toffee and vanilla bait, and these baits guys are £45 a tub, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to look a right plonker if I don't catch this weekend. But that's the point of testing new bait, isn't it guys? Do you know what I mean? I'd rather I do it if I spend 45 quid and look like a wally, but I save all of you guys doing it, then fair enough. Reverse of that is if I catch bucket loads, then I'll be in a quandary, because I really don't fancy paying £45 for a tub of hook baits. I'll tell you that much guys, bloody hell. Yeah, no, that's a bit extortionate for me, but for the sake of a review I'm doing it. And I'll tell you what guys, I'm going to turn the camera around and let you have a little look, because I'll tell you what, you know, sitting out here after a hard week at work, which it has been, you know, I've been covering another engineer this week at work, and I've been in Gloucester, Bath, Bristol, literally every day, so it's been a lot of mileage this week. But sitting here enjoying my coffee, watching the water, listening to the water, it's just brilliant guys, you know. And this is why I just love fishing, and I'm sure all of you guys out there can relate to it, because it's really good. There's nothing better than finishing a hard week on the bank for the weekend. I mean, it's fantastic. Now we have got rain coming in a few hours, and there's probably, I think, rain and thunder tomorrow guys, so I may be in the bivvy a fair bit, which is why I thought let me show you outside for now. So I'm going to swing the camera around guys and at least show you what it's like out here. There you go guys, so yeah, it is absolutely beautiful. It's just so nice, you know, being outside in the open. I absolutely love it. Now all I need really is them rods there to go off a good few times over this weekend, and it'll really be a good weekend. So Friday night update is the rods are in guys. The two left or outer rods, if you want, the left and right rod are both on bait room £45 bait. I'm just going to call it £45 bait, that's what it matters to me. And the middle one is actually on a Carp Basics spiced corn, which actually I did quite well on last week if I'm honest guys, so I'm keen to give it another bash here. Now I have only probably put about 8 boilies out with each, a couple whole, and the rest just squashed into halves. So I haven't put much bait out at all tonight, guys, and that's the way it's going to go for the rest of the night unless I start picking up bites. Morning, guys. So Saturday morning, 4:30, and it's broad daylight outside. Literally crazy. I'll swing it around in a bit, but I was quite surprised when I looked at the watch. Thought it was about 5:30, but no, 4:30. Broad daylight outside. Just got the kettle on for a coffee. Obviously I need to be watching the water because last night I had nothing, which I've got to be honest, I am a bit surprised about. Obviously a couple of spots I would have gone to anyway, but Nick has been going to them during the week and been catching off one of them for sure. And we saw a fish show just like a couple of foot outside the spot. So very surprised I haven't had anything. Was watching the water last night. I have seen a few bubbles and all actually off to the right of my swim, which I didn't go to last night, and I double checked the old map to make sure it's in my water, and it is. So I'm thinking today I will definitely be moving one of the rods into the margin just next to me. Sorry guys, I'm gagging for a coffee. Let me sort of coffee out. I need to be watching the water, see if I can see anything to give away some spots really. What I put out last night didn't work. Now I did go minimalistic last night, guys, which was literally a small little mesh bag on 2 of the rods, so the 2 outside rods that are on that bait room hook baits, and a solid PVA bag for the carp basic. So yeah, I've got to trust in the spots. I think maybe today I get the old Stealth Cam's Vortex out and put a bit of spreader bait out. I think that's what's going to do it for me. Obviously I wouldn't need to on the margin one. I definitely feel like I want to have one in the margin here close to me on the right hand side, so I'm probably going to do that, guys. Or I might not do the margin. I've seen a little bit of fizz and a little bit out, so I might stick it like a rod length out, literally rod length out, lower it down, handful of bait over it. I think that'd be a winner for me. So no fish so far in swim 4, and I thought I would have, so a little bit disappointed, but that is fishing. And blimey, did it rain last night, to the fact I had to have my door up, and I hate having my door up, but it was blowing southwesterly, so I have turned my bivvy slightly to it, but literally it came down so quick the floor still got all wet in here. So I was like, no, I'm gonna have to put it all the way up, and I hate having the front door up, I really do. So I think I was up again about 2 o'clock and it had stopped, so that's it, door all the way down so I can see my rods. Because the other thing I like to be able to look out, see my bobbins, and know if I've got any movement on them. Obviously it's early, guys, it's 4:30, you know, bite time. I mean obviously it's a lot lighter, so it could be bite time from any time now really, but checking with Nick, he had quite a lot of bites around 10:50, like 10:48, 10:52, so he's had quite a lot of bites around that sort of time, and that could be the time I normally have my rods out of the water, if I'm honest, guys. So I definitely need a bit of coffee. Right, that's just one of those lovely things, guys, isn't it? You're on the bank, you've just woken up, you'd rather you didn't wake up quite as early as you did, and you need a coffee, but while you're having your coffee you're watching the water. I do love fishing, guys, I've got to be honest. It's just one of those things, it just makes me happy. Actually, a couple of little updates as well. That Hike and Cure inflatable mat review come out last night on the YouTube channel. Obviously that'd be about a month or so ago by the time you see this, but I will say I sleep much better with it, and more importantly I have way less pain in my hips or my back. So I'll tell you what, guys, if you haven't checked out the review, I might leave a link below. If you haven't checked out the review of that Hike and Cure self-inflating mattress, and you have problems with your back, or your bed's not quite comfortable when you're on it for a few days or whatever, have a look at it. I think it was like 40 quid off Amazon, but I tell you what, thoroughly worth it, guys. Really, really worth it. Since I've been using it, I've been much better on the bank for my hips. I've had both my hips replaced, guys, if you don't know, so I've been much better with my hips, and my lower back, I do suffer a little bit when I'm on the bank, so really worth looking at that, guys. Anyway, there is something I really wanted to do yesterday, just as I started the vlog and I totally forgot. So in the last month, guys, I've had a real growth spurt of subscribers, and I know that's generally down to the fact I started a new series of build your own Parabarrow, and I've put that out on a Saturday in addition to my Friday vlog. So, you know, one, I've hit a new market of people that are interested in Parabarrows, and two, I've started putting 2 out instead of 1. Fortunately, I have finished that Parabarrow series now, or I've finished the build. I am going to do another vlog or 2, but it won't be every week like I've been doing for the last 5 weeks, which has been absolutely knackering. So that one's done. But the point, I keep digressing, sorry, I've only just woken up, guys. Keep digressing. So the point I want to make is massive thank you to all my new subscribers. I do appreciate it. Feel free to make comments on my channel anytime you like. I reply to all of them, if only to give you the thumbs up to some of them. So really appreciate you coming on board. I put out vlogs every single week on a Friday. About 6:30 is my chosen time now, and if you have any requests or anything like that, please pop me a question and I'll be only too happy to answer it. Obviously, I'm back at Mousehole this week. I try and hit Mousehole Lakes twice a week, and then another popular venue one day a month, twice a month. Sorry guys, I think I need some more coffee, don't I? Yeah, so I try and hit Mousehole Lakes twice a month, and then another popular venue once a month. And then obviously 1 week out of the month I have to see the girlfriend, otherwise she'd kill me. Also, if you enjoy the vlogs, please stop them, pause them, give them the old thumbs up. It all helps, I believe. I don't know, I'm still fairly new to YouTube, if I'm honest, guys. But I do enjoy a lot of the comments I get. I have a lot of regular guys. I really do appreciate all you guys. I do appreciate your comments. It does spur me on sometimes when I'm thinking, oh, why am I doing this? You know, it does take up a fair bit of my time, to be fair. Well, the last 5 weeks it's taken up a fair bit of my time. You know, the 1 a week before that, that's alright, that's very manageable. But 2 within a week, when you're also having to make something during that week, video it during the week, edit it during the week, and then have it out for the Saturday, yeah, that's been stressful, guys, I've got to be honest. It's taken up a lot of time, so I'm glad I'm not doing any more of that. But I did get to use the old Parabarrow yesterday for the first time on the bank. Now, I didn't go and fully load it because I've never, okay, all the time I've gone fishing, because I carry so much gear pre-Parabarrow, I've always done it on 2 trips. Simply because it's a lot of gear. The tri-porter, you know, I didn't believe they're as stable as they could be, because the 3 wheels are quite close together. You know, if you're picking it up or trying to tip it, turn it around and stuff, if you overload it, there's a chance you can tip it up, I believe. Now, so one of the things in my build is I moved those forks, where the front forks are, forward, to give it a longer wheelbase and a bit more stability, and I'll be honest, using it yesterday, that's definitely the case. So happy days on that. So yeah, I used the old Parabarrow yesterday for the first time, but I did 2 trips, guys. So the first trip, I was fortunate, I met up with Nick in the car park as he was just bringing his stuff back to the van, so he filmed that for me. So I let Nick have a little go of it as well, and he was quite impressed with it. So there you go, guys, the very first trip of the Parabarrow. Obviously it's not fully loaded, but if you see the tiny little bit I had on the second Barrow trip, you'd wonder why I even bothered. So yeah, I think on the return journey I will probably just fully load it. I'm pretty confident it won't have a problem at all. Like I said, if it was carrying my 19 stone around with ease, and in fact when I was going back to the car park to get the second loader, I was sitting on the buggy and just pressing the throttle and letting it take me, to be fair. So yeah, very impressed with that, guys. Really happy. Massive shout and thanks to Alt Technologies for their 10 amp test battery. Like I said, guys, I will be doing a test with all of their batteries over the coming months, because it is going to take me months using it consistently, obviously 3 weeks of a month, just to run the first battery down, to be fair, let alone the other 2. and they're even more powerful. So it is going to take me a while, guys, but there is going to be a follow-up video for that. Alright guys, well look, I'm going to enjoy my coffee, move my bed buddy a little bit over so I've got a better view of all of the water here instead of trying to go like that, and just look out for signs of fish, because that's going to be the one thing that changes. I do suspect, if I'm honest, before I bring these rods in this morning, I'll have a bite, or I'm praying to those carp gods that I do. You know, it has been producing fairly well all week. I mean, obviously there is a difference now. The lake is now full. People have turned up yesterday and the lake is definitely full. There's a guy opposite and one now. So every swim is full, as you would expect. It's absolutely beautiful here at Mousehole Lakes, guys. And sitting out last night, you know, after a hard couple of weeks at work, I haven't been here for a while, so I really do miss it when I'm not in Mousehole. So getting back here last night, sitting outside with a coffee, just relaxing, watching the water, so good for you guys, really is. All you know, regular anglers know that time you've got on the bank when you're just relaxing, not when you're setting up or packing down in the rain or crap like that, but when you're just relaxing. So good for you guys, really, really is. Alright guys, listen, thank you for watching. I'm going to get the camera out of my view so I can watch the water at the most important time, see if anything gives itself away to me that I might move to later on, or instantly. I mean, if a fish boshes out, then a rod's definitely coming in, and yeah, I'll be whacking it on its head hopefully. Thanks for watching, guys. Sorry guys, I just realised I totally forgot to show you how light it is. Check this out. Look at that, broad daylight, 4:30 in the morning. Crazy. Hi guys, so it's about 8:15. Apparently we've got rain coming in from 9 o'clock, so I don't normally redo my rods first thing in the morning, but I think I'm going to, just because obviously there's a bit of rain coming in. They've been out all night, I haven't had anything on them, so I'm going to give them a refresh probably as late as I can, so probably about 10 to 9. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of do it in 2 stages. I'm going to get my bait out first, and for that I went in light yesterday, maybe 10 boilies over each rig, and done me nothing. So I'm going the polar opposite now. I'm going to put a fair bit of bait out. I say a fair bit, you know, a couple handfuls, so not a lot, but my application of it is going to be using Stealth Cam's new Vortex. There is a review on my channel for that, guys, so I'll put the link below. And that will just essentially give me a wider spread of bait. So it's not going to be concentrated as it would when it drops from the hopper of the bait boat. It's going to be a big spread of bait, which I hope will get the fish in. So I'm going to show you that now, guys. I'm going to go to 2 of the spots with the bait spreader, put a fair little bit out, and then stick 1 rod. Keep 1 rod on just a small amount of bait, and we'll see what goes off essentially. So let's get that out, guys. Alright guys, so bait boat's coming into view now. I'm actually over in this bay, so I am going to go towards the bay. Now obviously I've kind of got it set for a medium spread, so I don't want to go right in the bay because the boilies are actually going to be flung in that direction. Don't ask me what's going on with my driving at the minute, guys. So I think if I put it there, that should give me a spread into the channel, and also hopefully you can see that on camera, guys. I'm probably going to come out just a little bit more. I know how much it spreads, and let's give it a whirl. Oh yeah, that was actually perfect. It's gone out to the margins and give me another circle. So yeah, no, I'm happy with that, guys. Right, let's hit that home and then do the next spot. Alright guys, so the next one is going to be quite a bit closer. Now, I have been under this tree in front of me last night, but I'm actually going to bring it out a little bit further today. So again, I just want to spread a bait all the way around it. Fingers crossed that'll do me a bite. So let's get that out. So I have turned the spinner bait spreader speed down a little bit, guys. I don't want as wide a spread as I just had. So let's show you that working. Do want to go a bit closer, I think. And I think somewhere about there will probably do it for me, guys. So let's see if I can get it a little bit closer for you. That's about as close as I'm going to get on here. So let's activate the bait spreader now. Oh yeah, again, that just gives you a really good spreader bait, guys. Really happy with that. Now the benefit I found when I was testing it was, with a larger spreader bait, you can actually just look to see where the fish, where your bubbles are coming from, where your fizzing are coming from. So it might not be where the boat currently is, it will be, you know, somewhere accentuating from that. So it kind of gives you a wider baited area for you to give the fish to choose where they want to feed from, and then you can concentrate on that. So yeah, I found it really good, guys, if I'm honest. So happy days, that's what I'm going to be doing. Alright guys, so I've kind of decided to go out to close to the same spot, but this time put some 18 millers in and just see what the spread is like. So I haven't adjusted the speed or anything like that, but I just want to give a little bit of bait out there and have a look. Oh yeah, that's quite a controlled spread, to be fair, guys. Obviously it will spread bait a lot wider than that, but I don't want to go it too wide, otherwise I'm sort of peppering bait everywhere. So yeah, happy days, guys, really happy with that. Bring the rigs in shortly and then just redo them. Morning guys, so coming up to 9 o'clock and rain is due at 9 o'clock. So although I don't normally, I have brought the rods in a little bit earlier this morning and decided to refresh them. I'll show you now. I have also put a little bit of bait out over each using the Vortex, which is a bait spreader from Stealth Cams UK. I have done a video on it, guys, so if you want to watch it I will give you the link below. It just seems a really good way of getting a wide spread of bait out, and for me, I think it was last week or the week before, it allowed me to essentially tune in my spots. So I put a good spread of bait out, looked where I saw the most bubbles during the daytime, and in the evening that's where I went, and fortunate enough to catch then and then again in the following morning. So it worked for me last week. I'm hoping it will work for me again. Like I said, rain's coming in shortly, so I'm just going to quickly show you where they are. Obviously I've put a bit of bait out today. It's going to be raining for probably half the day, to be fair, even though you wouldn't think it right now because the sun is blazing on the back of my neck, but rain is due. So first rod, guys, is in front of this tree and corner in front of me, and I haven't gone all the way in, guys, forgive my finger. So I am probably just about there. So I haven't gone under the bush like Nick has been doing for most of the week and catching. I've decided to come just out of it. So the next one, I'm probably going to have to take it off the stand, guys, so let me just stop it for a quick second. Alright guys, so the next one is in the bay, which you kind of can only get to with a bait boat really, because essentially you're driving out and then driving into this bay. Sorry guys, excuse the finger, I'll try and point it as far as this bay in here. So I'm in there, guys, and the last one I'll leave it there because I've just gone in between this channel about there, guys. So that's where they are for today, and they will stay that way probably until it stops raining or I keep having fish, fingers crossed. I do know Nick's has had quite a few this week at around 11:15, so after 10:30, so I've got my fingers crossed for them, guys. I'm trying not to say alright, guys, I just always say it, don't I? Sorry guys. So 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon, and I've actually got a bit of an update for you guys. If it looks like I'm sweating, I am. So we've had loads of rain this morning, really quite heavy, to the fact I've had to have the door all the way up to stop it coming in, and I absolutely hate that. It winds me right up. Can't deal with having that. So about 12 o'clock I still had it up. I think it had just stopped raining actually. Well, it had stopped raining because my middle rod went off pretty strongly. So rip the zips down, jump out. I'm still wearing all my waterproofs, which is why I'm sweating so much, to be fair. I was playing this fish for about 10-12 minutes. I could not get it to come up in the water at all. In fact, so much so I asked a young kid who's fishing on Swift behind me to go down to Martin, who's fishing down the end, and ask him to come up because I thought I had the catfish. It was holding bottom so much. I honestly thought I had the catfish. My rod was bent over so much, it's taking line constantly. Anyway, eventually got to see it, and it was actually a beautiful common. that weighed in at £30 and 8 ounce. So my first 30 pounder this year, and I've got to say, I was on that spot yesterday, exact same spot, haven't changed it. And you know what the only difference is, guys? As you would have seen earlier, I put a spread of bait out using Stealth Cam's Vortex earlier, and now I've had a fish, and a good one as well. Nick has been fishing this swim most of this week, during the week, and he's had a lot of good fish, to be fair, him and Jane, but not a 30. So I've gone and hit a 30 and I'm proper chuffed. Anyway, let me stop going on about it. Let me show you the footage, guys. Alright guys, so first one for the session of me, and actually my first 30 pounder of the year. Confirmed weight of £30, 8 ounce. This is a beautiful common, guys, I've got to be honest, really gave me a good fight as well. Let's get her up for you. If you feel them stiffen up, guys, roll them towards you. There you go, guys, £30. Let's try that again. Alright guys, there you go, £30 and 8 ounce, beautiful common, first 30 pounder of the year, very happy, and it wasn't on the £45 bait. So there you go, guys. I'm going to let it rest for a little bit and then get some photos. Alright guys, so this is going to be my first 30 odd pounder. It's come from Kestrel Swim 4, very happy for it. Actually came on a yellow wafter in a solid PVA bag, guys. Alright guys, here we go. Sorry, it was actually on an orange wafter. Well, I thought she was going to need to rest, but apparently not. It was actually on an orange wafter, guys. Oh, already gone. Didn't take her any time at all. Thank you for the visit. Alright guys, as you can see, that's a lovely 30 pounder, and I've got to be honest, lifting it, guys, I think I'm getting weaker as I'm getting older. I thought it was about 32. My guess was £32. Martin thought it was like mid-30s. It had some real shoulders on it and a bit of girth to it. Had a bit of damage on both sides of its mouth, so I treated that. Had a little sore in it, so I treated that. Got it all out safely. Happy days. I pulled the rods in simply because, you know, you get all your arms slimy and all, and yeah, I've got a towel and wet wipes, but I thought, do you know what, I'll go for a quick wee, and Martin must have put my net back for me, good man. Go for a quick wee, wash my hands properly and come back. So, time to get the rods back out, and I think put the Vortex over there and put another spread of bait out there. So thank you Steve at Stealth Cams, that Vortex is the nuts, very happy. Alright guys, it's about 6 o'clock in the evening, haven't had any further fish since that common. I'm looking at maybe refreshing the rods for the night. Now during this session I have also been doing a review on the bait room hook baits, which are quite expensive hook baits, well very expensive hook baits guys, if I'm honest. They're £45 a tub, so they're not cheap, but that's a separate review. But I will show you what I'll be putting out on 2 of the rods tonight guys. So the first one is one of those, the Tiger Toffee and Vanilla, and that one's obviously topped with a big bit of maize. Exactly the same sort of thing guys, wafter, and I've just topped it with a little yellow sort of half corn sized topper, just for a little bit of colour. So that's all I've done with them guys. And the other one that's going out is actually the same as what caught me one earlier guys, and that's an orange OG fish, so that's Parker Baits OG fish Magic Bean in the smaller size in orange, and I'm probably going to put that back out to the same spot I put it earlier guys. I don't see why not. I mean, there is a reason I use solid bag PVA over there guys, or PVA solid bag even. There is a reason I've used it over there, because I've gone really tight in and I don't know if there's snags or stuff like that there, and I know if I put a PVA bag in there it's got a good chance of presenting well, so there is a reason I've done that. I think I'm actually going to change one of the positions of the rods. I've been seeing a fair bit of movement in the middle of the lake in front of me, so I think what I'm going to do, and I'm probably going to try and film it, is put the bait boat out with the Vortex on and do a nice spread of bait basically, and then kind of drop one rig on the edge of where that would have landed and the other rig on the other edge of it really. So I'm only putting it out once. So I'm going to do 2 drops, one where I had that bite earlier and one where I'm going to kind of positioned 2 rigs at either end of where the sort of circle of bait finishes. So that's a quick little update for you guys. I am hopeful, I've got to be honest. It has been raining on and off for most of the day, to be fair, guys. Like I said, it's gone 6 o'clock now. It is lovely, beautiful, bright out, but still raining. So been a bit of a nightmare, but at some point I am going to have to redo the rigs. I do think within the next hour or so it's going to stop raining and probably warm, because it's fairly warm. You can feel the heat off the sun, just it's raining. So when that happens, I'm obviously going to redo. That's crazy, I can see steam coming off the bivvy. So when the rain stops, guys, I'm going to change the rigs over, put some bait, a bit more bait out for tonight, and cross my fingers, pray to those carp gods I can bring you another banger. That one incidentally was, sorry guys, that one incidentally was the first 30 I've had this year, so really happy about that, guys. I mean, it was a lovely fish, really lovely fish, and gave me the hardest fight. You know, I don't remember playing a fish that hugged the bottom as much as that did for the whole of the fight. I couldn't bring it up in the water. I got it close several times, and each time I thought, right, you know, I'll get to see it now. It didn't. It just shot off again, and I was convinced that I was playing the cat that resides in here, but nope, it was a 30-odd pound common. Alright guys, I'll give you an update later and hopefully show you where I've put the rods. You've seen what's going on them, so I'll just tell you where the spots are later. You've seen it before, guys, but I can't resist. The old kebab meat and chips at Mousehole Lakes. Oh my god, it's so good, guys, so authentic. I know. Happy days. I'm glad it stopped raining long enough for me to get outside and get it. Guys, if you come to Mousehole Lakes, don't forget, Joe's an amazing cook. Always get huge portions, and the food is absolutely banging, guys. Why bother cooking when you can have food like this? Alright guys, one of the things I've got to say has probably helped me catch that 30 pounder this session is Stealth Cam's Vortex, which is a bait spreader. There is a review on my channel, guys, and also a special offer as well. So if you want to go and check that out, you could get yourself the higher amperage battery, a little bit of a JVA carpy upgrade there, thanks to Steve at Stealth Cams. But I've just used the bait boat again, guys, to put some bait out for this evening. It's Saturday. I'm going to be off early in the morning, so I'm hoping getting that bait out is either going to get me a bite tonight or first thing in the morning. Fingers crossed, guys. Hi guys, so it's 7:30 Saturday evening. Just put the rods out, possibly for the last time if I don't have any fish, but fingers crossed. As you would have seen earlier, I will use the Vortex to put a spreader bait out on 2 different spots. One spot I've kind of gone to the edge of each with my right rod and middle rod, and my left hand rod has gone into the bay where I caught the 30 pound from earlier. So I'm just going to show you quickly on the camera, guys. Sorry, little finger point. It's hard for me to see, guys, as well, because I've got the sun kind of blaring in my face. I'm not certain I'm going to get it right to the point, but the first one, there's a post over here, guys. I'm about a rod length in front of the post. Then where you've got the trees and it goes under the trees, I'm about 2 foot in front of that. It's basically where a fish jumped yesterday when me and Nick were talking. Now the third spot, I can't actually show you, it's in this bay down here. So if you go down this side of the island and then turn in towards the island, that's where I had the 30 pounder, guys. And that's actually, I put back on a Parker Baits OG Fish orange magic bean, and that's a small size in a small little PVA bag. If it worked earlier, there's no reason to change it. So basically what we're hoping, or what I'm hoping, actually I'm hoping any of the rods go off, to be fair, but I'm doing a little side review on bait room hook baits which cost £45 a tub, so I'd like to hope that one of them is going to go off on this session, if I'm honest. So that would be my right rod and the middle rod. Fingers crossed, let's see what happens. Give you an update if and when, guys. If not, it could end up being the morning, you never know. Morning, guys. So about 5:20 Sunday morning, and your morning update is I've actually had another fish. So this time it was on the expensive bait room wafters, so the tiger, toffee and vanilla wafters I think. This time I decided to top it with a bit of yellow maize, and it was actually on the right hand rod. So currently the right hand rod, middle rod, they're both on that bait room bait. The left hand rod is back where I caught that 30 pounder yesterday on Parker Bait's orange OG fish wafter, or magic bean I should say. So I guess let me show you the footage for that now. Morning guys. So 4:30 Sunday morning. I've had my first take on that expensive bait. It's only a lovely little 18 pound 8 mirror, but happy all the same. Let's get her up, let you have a look at her. I might rest her for a little bit and then get a couple of pics and put her back, but let's get her up for you initially guys. Try to let him relax. There you go guys, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Really gorgeous. I will show you the other side. There you go guys. Beautiful. 18 pound 8 mirror. And get a couple of pics and then get it back safely guys. Alright guys, so let's get back number 2 safely. Gonna let her rest for a bit guys. Get her breath back. Open that up properly. As you can see, absolutely beautiful mirror. Never be in a rush to get rid of them, let them find their own strength. And there she goes, lovely. Beautiful. Thank you for the visit. Alright guys, so obviously fish number 2 for me, so happy days. I was hoping it would probably happen before I leave, so yeah. So it's 5:20 and there's still time for another fish. All 3 rods are out on positions that I think should be, should be okay. The only thing I will say, I was up probably about 2:30, and I just pinged out about 10 boilies between actually the rod that went and the middle rod. So just the 2 that are in front of me, pinged out about 10 boilies in the area. It was still dark, so I wasn't super accurate. I just thought I'd put a bit of noise over there and then climb back into the sleeping bag. So 2 for me so far. Praying to those carp gods, I know I'm being greedy, but praying to those carp gods for another before I leave. It's looking really dull guys. It wasn't meant to rain today, but well, it's meant to rain, but about 11 o'clock, and I was planning to be off before then, go and see Emma. But when I got up when that went off about 4:30, it was actually spitting at the time. So yeah, oh, a little bit of movement where rods are. So I'm gonna make myself a coffee, watch the water, wake up a little bit, and hopefully I'll be able to give you another update later with another fish. That would be nice. Hi guys, I just thought I'd say something. Maybe it'd be useful to someone, maybe not, I don't know. So I've got the Quest Defier Mark II bivvy. There's been a review on my site. I bought it in DPM with the overwrap. So now I use the overwrap religiously because it gives you way more room inside, and I absolutely love it. But the additional advantage of that is, if it's been raining like it has here this weekend, you've only got the overwrap that's wet and your bivvy's fine. So it's much easier to get an overwrap dry than it is the bivvy. But there is something about this overwrap, obviously it's the same material as the bivvy, that I've got to mention. So it's 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to start packing down at 8 o'clock. The rain has allegedly stopped. I'll just show you, everything else is still wet here guys. Don't know if you can see, but there's water on that. They're all wet, you know. So everything's been really wet. But what I do, now that I believe it stopped raining, I get my old pink towel and I just rub it over the whole of the bivvy. Now I've literally probably just done that 5 minutes ago. Probably not even that guys, to be fair. I've literally just finished and thought I'd film it. So I've done that probably 5 minutes ago, hoping the sun will come out and dry it off. But I tell you what guys, if I give you a right good close-up of it, it's pretty much dry. And it's like that everywhere. So what will happen now, at 8 o'clock, when I'm ready to pack down, look, you can see there's a little bit of moisture still on this one. Can you see that there guys? A little bit of moisture still in there. That's it. But by the time 8 o'clock comes, whether it's just a little bit of a breeze, a little bit of a wind, or a little bit of sun, that will be completely dried out, and then I don't have to dry it when I get home. And all you guys know, you know, drying your wet gear is an absolute nightmare. So I don't know what Quest Tackle make their overwraps of or whatever, or the bivvies of, but I tell you what, the material is really good to get dry. Really worthwhile just spending 5 minutes in the morning with one of your towels, dry it off before you need to go, and it'll save you all that crap at home trying to get your stuff dry. Obviously sling, cradle, net, all that's going to need drying, but the bivvy is not, and that's an absolutely massive thing, guys. So just thought I'd let you know. I have been meaning to say something about it for a while actually, because it does surprise me literally every time, you know. I'll walk around, wipe it. Sometimes I'll wring out the towel a couple of times, wipe it again, and that's it. All you're doing is getting the excess water off, but it's enough that by the time you're ready to pack down, it's completely dry and good to go in the bag. So yeah, just thought I'd let you guys know about that. Sometimes it might be helpful for someone. Hi guys, so 9 o'clock Sunday morning, I'm going to call a close to this session. Obviously it's not been a bad one for me. I've had my first 30 pounder of the year and another 18 pound 8 ounce this morning, so I can't complain. So firstly, I want to say a massive thank you to all you guys out there that do subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out a lot, so thank you very, very much. I do appreciate it. And guys, if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything and helps me out immensely. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to be notified of future posts, hit that bell icon. Now the good news is guys, I'm actually back here next week. So I've been on Kestrel this week, and next week I'm going to be on Kingfisher, Swim 8 with Emma. So I will be recording it, I think. I'll still be doing a vlog, so fingers crossed I can get in some fish there. So once again guys, thank you for watching. I do appreciate all your support and all your questions. Feel free to hit me with any questions you want at any time. I'm happy to answer. So only leaves me to say, stay safe, stay fishing. I'll see you on the next vlog guys.